This week on Street Rodding American Style, we're heading to Park City, Kansas. Population 7,336 and home of the Park City Chill. Today we'll take a look at a 1937 Dodge pickup, a 1967 Chevy van, a 61 Volkswagen, and a 1934 Ford pickup. All these are coming up next on Street Rodding American Style.
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance services in vehicles for consumers and fleets. In shops all over the world, BG Products provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.
They make you look, dream, and sometimes even wish. These are street rods, built or just owned by those who have the same passion. My name is David Wolf, and along with Simon McCormick and Patricia Brown, we travel to admire these passions. These are works of art and are designed with the personality and the ingenuity of the owner in mind. Built in garages, barns, and even under shade trees in communities all across this great land of ours. This is more than just a hobby. This is an addiction. This is Street Rodding American Style. You know how hard it is to find a car show in the middle of winter?
Oh yeah, man, but it's not gonna stop us though, right? You got any ideas?
I do. We did this 2 years ago in Park City.
The Park City Chill.
Park City Chill.
Let's go, man.
I have found one monster of a piece of work. This thing is ridiculous, and I found its owner, Russ. Russ, what is this?
It's a 34 Ford pickup.
In 1934, John Dillinger, public enemy number 1, dies after a shootout with the FBI. The Loch Ness Monster was spotted for the first time, and the trampoline was invented.
It got a 289 with Windsor heads on it, a mother thumper cam, gear drive, and 2 Ford. We found no Offenhauser intake for it.
Cool, an old, real
Offenhauser intake.
That's cool,
for it.
man.
Then the exhaust, I decided to put the stacks on. I'm an old truck driver and own trucks.
I wondered that.
They were laying in the weeds behind the shop, and I didn't know whether to put them on or not, and then I decided to go ahead and do it. When we first put them on, we run them straight, and it sounded like a sprint car. So we put some of them little glass pack inserts in the flex pipe.
Yeah.
The sunroof, it had been laying in a field, and it was rusted through. We was going to put some tin on it, and a buddy of mine said, well, one of them Volkswagen sunroofs.
Hey,
so we ordered one of them, and we cut the rust out and stuck it in there.
No way.
And then we decided to paint it. That's Blitz John Deere Black. The
John Deere Black.
Blitz Black implement paint. It's like $39 a gallon, and you can buy it in a spray can. But you can get a spray can and just touch up, with
That's all it takes, man. That's awesome. Hey, Russ. What is Schroff Oil Company?
That was my dad and uncle's filling station. I grew up there from the time I was a kid.
How cool would it be to have this as the shop truck running around getting parts and stuff? Huh?
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Just a kid being a teenager growing up and stuff. I'll get parts, Dad, no problem.
Yeah.
This looks cool. I imagine it's pretty loud with these stacks on there. Right
the noise gets
It's
away.
all behind you. It's not a big
behind
deal.
you. It's pretty loud though.
What do the guys say about these stacks? 'Cause you don't see this on a hot rod too.
A lot of them. Everybody likes them.
Everybody likes them. They look pretty cool.
Guys meet me and they say they wasn't sure what was coming at them till it went whoa.
Yeah.
I've got a C6 transmission, a 3000 stall, 9-inch Ford, 373 gears, so it gets down the road.
Sweet. Does it have any problem breaking them loose?
More than you'd think. I mean, it'll break if you get it. I've got a line lock on it.
Yeah.
It'll just slide the front tires. It'll push the front tires off.
Awesome.
I mean, once they break loose, they're gone,
I got a question. What's the story with the flying pig?
I was at Kentworth dealership and it was hanging on the wall. I asked him what they wanted for it. He said he wasn't sure, and I said, well, I need it. He said, are you going to put it in your truck? I said, well, yeah, you could say so.
It's not going into Kenworth.
Grill in the front. The insert is Freightliner exhaust wrap.
Yeah, the to keep it from burning yourself on the exhaust.
Yeah, that's a muffler wrap. It's
That's pretty cool.
Freightliner muffler wrap.
Couple questions for you here about the brass knuckles. One, why? Two, how many? And three, do I need to be careful what I say to you?
No, you're fine. 1918 trench knife. I decided to use it for a shifter. And then I put the two up here on the front. I bought them as paperweights and they just fit perfect. And then my friend, when he did the painting, ghost flamed a couple in, so I guess there are 5 of them.
That's pretty cool. So, have you ever thought about chopping the top at all?
I barely fit now.
Better keep it the way it is then. That's fun, man. I'm glad we got to see it today. It's awesome. You did a great job putting it together. I love the style. Well, hey, man, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We love it.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I had the privilege of being taught by Mike Howell how to judge a car at a car show right here at the Park City Chill. But frankly, that was way too much for my brain to handle, so I am gonna develop my own system, Patricia style. So, for the Patricia's Choice Award, we're gonna be looking at 3 things: paint, body style, and of course, the engine. So in thinking about the paint, do I wanna look at the gloss? Do I like the flat? I like this one with the subtle shadows, or maybe just go with the best reflection. I really like this one. The imagination is superb, but that skull thing in there kind of scares me a little bit. So today I am judging paint. So tell me, what kind of paint job does your car have?
Rust?
And when you're judging paint, you're always gonna encounter some flames, some more flames, some more flames, and some more flames.
Remember when vans ruled? Well, step back in time with us when shag carpet and 8 tracks were the norm, because we have Randy's 67 Chevy van coming up on Street Rotting American Style.
Randy, love the van. What are we looking at?
It's a 67 Chevy.
In 1967, a movie ticket cost $1.25. The Monkees was one of the top TV shows, and The Dirty Dozen was a top box office draw.
Why did you get a van?
Well, you don't see a lot of them out there, and it's a Chevrolet, which is even kind of rare, and I just kind of thought, man, it looked kind of cool, and so.
Was that your goal, to get a van?
Not originally. It was supposed to have been a panel truck.
Wait. This is supposed to be a panel truck.
That's what the guy told me when I went out to look at it.
Did he just mislead you or what?
Well, the title says delivery on it, so he thought it was a truck.
I see. So he wasn't trying to mislead you, but you kind of were expecting something else in your mind, weren't you?
Right.
Were you shocked to see that it was a van?
Well, it says right on the side of it, van, so I kind of figured this guy wasn't knowing what was going on. But yeah, it was a little kind of shocking when I see it was a van.
So then why'd you buy it?
Well, it was kind of unique, and you just don't see a lot of them. So.
Did it look pretty good when you got it?
No, it belonged to a house painter.
Yeah?
And I think he cleaned his brush on it about every time he painted the house.
So it had every color you can think of
pretty
as
well.
A paint palette.
Yes. Took me about 2 weeks just with aircraft paint stripper to get the paint off to actually see what was underneath everything.
And you went old school on the wheels. Those are Krager SS's, aren't they?
Right.
Was that the idea also to get
I
old,
wanted old school all the way on it, and I wanted to keep everything basically stock on the van, except for I changed the rear end out and just put a late model 350 in it.
Okay, because you had to, right?
Yeah, it's cost too much money for machining these old 283s out, and it's cheaper to buy a 350.
But I also see on the side here, you got the old school side pipes.
Yes, I got those out of J.C. Whitney.
Of course. I mean, that was first off. I'm going to break it. But that's where everybody got their stuff from.
Right. And the first set I got had dents in them when they shipped them. So I called them up and they said they had 1 set left and they'd ship me the next set. So fortunately, they were good.
And these are connected too. They're
working. Yeah, they are hooked up to the,
they get hot?
to the exhaust. Yeah, they get fairly hot.
burn yourself?
No, they're far enough back I don't get into
Okay,
them.
it's all good.
Yeah.
The vans are always customized with bed, shag carpeting. What's it like in the back in this?
I've just got the plywood in it, and I'm still waiting to find some good old original red shag carpet
so
to put in.
So you're going to put shag carpet?
Yes, it needs to have shag carpet in it.
That's cool.
That's the old school.
But you can't find it.
I can't find any here local that's good, heavy, thick shag carpet.
I think the other thing I really enjoy is the fact that when you get in this thing and you drive it down the road, there is no hood, no even a short snub to it. It's cut off completely.
Right.
What does that feel like?
Well, it's kind of like you're sitting right out front there. And
is it a thrill?
It's fun to drive.
Yeah.
It is.
So Randy, do you have very many people say, this brings back memories?
Yes, there's a lot of older gentlemen that bring back memories.
Randy, I love the van. It takes me back in memories too, because I had a van in high school. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
So my next category is body style. Definitely a full frame, but lacking in potential. So I've always heard that a good way to judge a car is by kicking the tires.
Hey!
So if you're gonna kick tires, you have to slam doors. And when we're talking body style, you can't forget the precious metal. And when I'm talking about the precious metal, I mean the bling.
When you first see Paul's 61 VW Bug, we guarantee you'll do a double take because this isn't your normal Bug. This is a Volksrad, and we have it next on Street Rodding American Style.
I have found the Holy Grail. Oh my goodness, you guys know I love Volkswagens, and this thing is ridiculous. I got its owner, Paul, with me here today, and he's gonna tell us all about it. Paul, what on earth have you done?
Well, taken a Volkswagen and basically made it into what I thought was pretty cool.
A Volksrad.
Volksrad.
That's
exactly
what everybody's calling them nowadays, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, you took a 57 and did this to it? How dare you?
Well, I've never been crazy about bugs and the way they look stock, so I figured I'd cut it up and make it into something different.
We're just playing, guys. It's not a 57, it's not a real oval, it was grafted, it's a 61, right?
61 bug, right.
In 1961, the first in-flight movie was shown on TWA. The Jerk, the Frug, and the Pony were popular dances. And the last episode of I Love Lucy was aired.
Dude, why on earth would you put a blown 350?
Blown 355.
In a Volkswagen?
Yeah, why not?
Is your life insurance paid up?
My wife is, she made me take out some more life insurance just in case, but
yeah. Dude,
she's a smart woman.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's fun.
It's gotta be fun. Have you ever had it out of first gear?
I've had it out of first, but I've never gone more than half throttle.
Yeah.
I've never had enough, nerve to set it to the floor.
Now, I don't know about that. Are you being honest with me? Because I saw you peeling out of a show a couple weeks back and you were getting sideways.
I might have went 3/4.
Dude,
I've never gone full.
It's ridiculous. Now, tell us about the motor. What are we looking at?
Basically, what we've got here is a 355 small block, all hydraulic roller motor, Edelbrock aluminum heads.
Paul, how'd you come up with the idea to do this?
Well, my brother-in-law, Chad Daniels, he builds cars, and he had just finished building a 1930 Model A. Same principle, same type frame. And, it was a late night, Friday night in the shop. We were drinking beer and had nothing to do, and this bug body was sitting in the garage. So we looked at it, and he was done with his project, and he had nothing else to do, so he said to me, if I finance it, he'll help me build it.
No way.
And here you go.
Dude, that's awesome. It's a 30, it's not a 30 frame.
No, this is all hand-built. The frame is 1930 Model A from the firewall forward.
Something he had left over?
Yeah, we just had extra pieces.
So you didn't go and buy a frame?
No.
Because you can buy those aftermarket frames.
Right.
And they're like 10 grand or something.
No, I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
So, no, it's Model A frame rails from the front and custom built from the back.
Right on, right on.
It's light. It barely weighs 2,200 pounds. But this car was built from the beginning to be #1 safe. And since we knew it was going to be fast, we wanted it to be built right.
So do you have a roll cage in there?
There's a roll cage. From the frame back, everything's done properly.
Good.
What you can't see underneath the car, it's set up for race. It's got coilover suspension with ladder bars, and I mean, everything's done right. There's nothing was thrown on just to get it done. Right. It was well thought out.
Thinking about safety, because I mean,
absolutely,
it's important. I mean, we got families out there running around. We want to build awesome hot rods, but we got to be safe when we're doing it. Now that reminds me, okay, is this a hot rod? Is it a street rod, or is it a Volkswagen?
Well, we know it's not a Volkswagen. It's got Volkswagen pieces. I like to use street rod.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's something that I built from things that we had laying around, you know, and kind of in the old traditional hot rod style, you use what you've got.
Right.
And this is what we had. And it's turned into something that just, you know, it's more than I can imagine now. The reactions I get from it now
I can't imagine.
Are so positive that it really justifies it.
For me, I'm a Volkswagen guy at heart. And I love the nostalgic hot rods, and you married the two together perfectly. I mean, it looks like a nostalgic hot rod, even with the flat color. I mean, it's like you said, I agree with what you say. The rat rods, I mean, they're usually pretty rusted out and stuff. It looks like a nostalgic hot rod from 1961.
Yeah, I mean, when we built this originally, I mean, everything was thought out. We didn't want this to look like a bunch of pieces thrown together because I wanted it to be cool. I wanted somebody to walk up and look at it and go, I can't believe somebody hasn't done that already.
It's kind of got the gentle slope the way a Volkswagen would. So speaking of that, the grill right there, what is that?
Right. Grill's off a 39 Ford truck. Now, again, like I said, one of my favorite parts is the VW gas tank cap that we Frenched in. No one ever notices it though.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of a cool thing because if they don't notice it, it means it looks like it should have been there from the beginning.
That's an original German gas cap.
Original German gas cap I ordered from Germany.
Now you got the long rat rod type shifter in there. Is that something you bought or something you made?
Now I bought that. That's a low car shifter. Now that was, like I said, that was the second thing that I bought for this car. When I envisioned this car, I saw my hand up high.
Yeah,
you know, now this is an automatic. A lot of people think it's a.
Oh, it is?
A lot of people think it's a manual, but this is an automatic, and you know, it has that look. That was my initial look I went for. And it works great. It's a little bit problematic sometimes when you're really trying to get after it because you gotta.
Yeah.
You know, your elbow will hit it, or if
when
it goes sideways.
When you're trying to get after it halfway.
Half throttle.
Right.
Yeah, no full throttle. You know, it's always half throttle. So, you know, it kind of can get in the way a little bit, but it looks cool, and I like it.
Cool.
So it works out well.
It is. You did a good job, brother. It
I
looks
appreciate
awesome.
it.
I'm
Thank
thrilled
you.
to death you brought it out here today. Thanks for letting us take a closer look.
You bet.
Man. Looks
Thank you very
good.
much.
So my final category is the engine, the very most important part. So when looking at the engine, and you can never go wrong with a supercharged engine. I have searched high and low today at the Park City Chill to find the recipient of the very first annual Patricia's Choice Award. I have looked at paint, body style, and of course the engine. And to me, it comes down to versatility, both on and off the road. And basically, it's gotta be beefy. So Craig, I would like to present you with the first ever of all time Patricia's Choice Award for your fantastic Jeep.
Thank you very much. I actually call it a Juggy. That's a cross between a rock buggy and a Jeep.
That is fantastic. Well, super cool. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How low can you go has never been an issue for Lawrence's 37 Dodge pickup. It's 31 inches from the ground to the top of the cab, and you've got to see it to believe it. It's next on Street Rodding American Style.
I know we usually stand behind the car. We usually see the car we're talking about. Hey, don't be fooled because it is here. I know this thing is squatty. I mean, that's what drew my attention to this. But Lawrence, tell me what we're looking at here.
It's a 37 Dodge pickup.
In 1937, the Glenn Miller Band made their debut, a gallon of gas cost 10 cents, and Jane Fonda was born.
A 37 Dodge pickup, does it have any resemblance to what it started out to be?
No.
What has changed? I mean, I'm going to ask you, I think I've seen what's changed, but what has changed on this thing?
Took 6 inches off the bottom, 8 out of the roof, channeled it 4 inches, 16 inches out of the grill shell, built the frame, slant 6. It's
okay, so with all that,
nothing like it was.
So with all that, with that math, you add up the inches, how tall is this?
37 inches.
30, why did you take 1 more inch off and get a full yard?
I can actually get 3 more out of the top if I need to, but...
No, wait. Okay, stop this here. You get 3 more inches off the top?
Yeah, I've got headroom, so...
You got headroom in this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, this thing is ridiculously chopped. What is the height of that window right now in the front?
It's about 4 inches.
How do you see, like, stoplights?
I've got little holes in the top there where the old wiper used to be. I drilled out and...
So the holes where the wipers used to be, that's where you have like a view of the spotlight. So you got to aim coming in and kind of get it the right angle to see that stoplight?
Line them up, it works pretty good.
Ever had a problem before with that or not?
No, no.
Okay, now you got to have a chance also. When you pull up beside a car, does anybody see you?
They see me, I don't see them. all I can see are doors and tires.
I love this thing. You have a slant 6 on this. What's the size of that?
It's a 225.
Why didn't you go like everybody else does, a V8?
It's a goofy looking motor and the gas mileage is crazy.
Is goofy the theme of this?
Yeah, it's just do something different.
Did you find all the parts together when you found this thing or not?
The truck itself was the grill, the hood, and the cab.
How about the doors?
Found one door, the other door I found a half a mile away in the creek bed.
You found the other door a half mile in a creek. What were you doing a half mile in a creek bed?
I seen another car down there.
You're a fish. So people usually fish for fish. You're fishing for car parts.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, I went to look at the car and I turned around and found the door.
Now here's the thing about the door. You use it to get in. How do you get into this thing?
Dive in head first.
You dive in head first?
Yeah.
Is it a problem?
No, I've done it. That's the #1 question I get asked. I've been in and out of it.
I would imagine.
1,000 times.
Now, when you first got into this, did you go head first the first time, or did you find out that was not the way to do it?
It took some time to figure out how to get in and out of it.
But you don't have passengers to ride in this, do you?
Yeah, my wife rides in it.
Does she enjoy it?
My kids love it.
Oh, I imagine. I mean, this is already a go-kart.
Yeah, my kids love it.
Now, that can't be comfortable because there's no cushions in these seats. That's all metal.
It's pretty comfortable.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So you don't have any cushions at all for this?
Big road trips, I'll put a pillow in it, or my kid made me a little cushion.
Okay, little cushion. So it doesn't get cold?
It does when it's cold outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it's aluminum.
Metal, yeah, so that cold metal on your derriere, should we say? Yeah, we won't go any further than that. I see a sticker. It says Farm Boy Speed and Machine, Conway Springs. What is that?
It's my buddy Randy Andra. One time he took his race car to the track right out of the chicken coop and drove it down the track, and feathers and dirt were flying off of it, and somebody called it Farm Boy Racing.
So it's really not a Farm Boy Racing.
No,
it's just a throwback way of being redneck.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing pictures. There's another picture on the center of the dash here of some lady.
Yes.
Who is that?
That's my mom.
That's your mom?
Yeah. She passed away in '07 and didn't get to see me finish it, so I put a picture in there, so she's always riding with me.
She's always with you.
Yep.
It was a pickup.
Yeah.
But there is no bed on this right now.
No.
But I was told that this bench is your bed.
Yes.
So tell me how that works.
Goes in these slots here, folds up, and then it's just a wood flatbed, so I can haul stuff on it.
That's awesome. Any fun stories about you and this ride?
I got it stuck on a sidewalk at one car show in Hayesville. I got to take my dad a ride in it. As long as I don't get stuck on anything, I'm good.
Because there's no airbags on this thing.
Nope.
It's a static drop.
Yep.
It's always this low.
Yep, this is where she rides.
How far off the ground is it?
About 1.5 inches.
Inch and a half.
Yep.
How do you not get stuck on things?
I've got a 1/2 inch ABS plastic sliders on the frame rails, so just go fast enough and slide over it.
You might lose a little traction in the back, but you're over it.
Yep.
Lawrence, this rear end suspension is not stock to this truck, is it?
No.
What is it?
It's a Volkswagen torsion tube off of a 60s Volkswagen Bug.
Why off of Volkswagen?
I have Volkswagen, so I figured it'd work.
Did it work?
I made it work. Yeah. And then it's an S10 rear end, and it all mounted right up. It worked out great.
So you have the suspension from the whole frame is from what?
I built it.
So you built the frame.
Yeah.
Volkswagen S10.
Yep.
With a Dodge pickup cab, sort of, almost on it.
Yep.
Lawrence, I got one more question for you. I know we can't start them, but I do want to see how you get into this bad boy.
No problem.
All right. great show. Second time we've been there in 4 years.
Never a disappointment.
No. Matter of fact, I found Lawrence's 37 Dodge.
Sweet. Tell me about it.
Of course, what caught my attention was how low it was.
Dude, that thing was slammed hardcore.
It was, and it was a daily driver.
Whoa.
And then for some reason, Randy's Chevy van caught my eye.
Very cool. Probably
Yeah.
from your hippie days.
Yeah, probably right. But you know what? I think it was just how clean it was. And it had some really awesome side
I
pipes.
thought those were cool too,
It
man.
was. A lot of bling there. Now, where did you end up?
Let me tell you what. I met Paul, and he's got a Volksrad.
A Volksrad.
Dude, the purists would have gone nuts on this thing.
Of course they would.
Oh, it was awesome. 350 small block, blown.
In a Volkswagen.
Need I say more?
Not one bit. But let me say something more. Join us again next week, and you'll see why street rotting is more than just a hobby.
It's an addiction.
Support for Street Rotting American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance services in vehicles for consumers and fleets. In shops all over the world, BG Products provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.